Hey, y'all, it's your girl Shay. Welcome back to my channel. How y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing amazing. Shout out to all my day ones. I love y'all for being down with me from the beginning. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Hello. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I'm so grateful. So let's get right into it. So how y'all summer going so far? Y'all, we are in the throes of summer. Today I want to talk about a little bit of grief maintenance. It has been 3 years since my father passed away, and it has been a roller coaster ride for real. But I've been able to get through it. I've been able to thrive while in it, and I want to talk to y'all about that. And I want to talk to you about ways that I've been able to maintain my grief. And because it's something that if you know when you lost somebody you really love, it don't really all the way go away. Like, you learn to live without them. You learn to function, and you develop new things. You have a new life. Yes, a new normal. However, you know, parts of you miss the old life and wish they were back here. And I feel that way about definitely my brother, my father, and my mom. But through it all, God has sustained me, and I want to give you some tips and tricks today to try to maintain your grief and be able to not crash out. Okay, number one, know the dates and give yourself grace. Know the dates for grace. So what I mean by that is know the date when they transitioned, when they went home to be with the Lord. Remember the date when maybe you started to act as a caregiver, anything like that. Remember those dates. And the reason why you have to remember those dates is because this is where the grace comes in. You are going to have something called an anniversary effect. And what that means is around the time, just like any anniversary, birthday, milestone, this is considered a traumatic event. And with that being said, you need to know that it has forever changed you. So you need to be in a posture to know when those dates happen, because you may start to feel more sluggish. You may start to get a little bit more irritated. You may start to be a little bit more withdrawn. You may be a little snappy. You may be just a little bit lethargic, just needing to tend to yourself. That's the reason why I need you to know the dates. So when those dates come around, you're able to mark off your calendar to either do the PTO, take some time off. If it's something else, you know, if you can take a day off, if you need to take a half a day, if you want to just have it open to know if you work from home, maybe that's a day where if you're hybrid and you say, no, I want to work from home that day. I hope y'all are with me when I'm saying this. So that's where we are with that. Number two, do something that would make them happy or proud. Something that would make them rejoice. Something that they love to see you doing. If it's someone, you know, like with my mother, it's just certain stuff I do. I know she would be pleased with me organizing and cleaning the way that I do. I know that makes her proud. So every time I do it, it's like I'm honoring her. Anytime I kind of let my head down, laugh and have a little fun, tell a joke, I think about my father. Whenever I get glammed and get on here and all of that, I think about my brother and how he always loved me looking like a doll and that kind of stuff. So you do things that honor them, okay, and that make them happy, and that makes you feel better about them not being here anymore and maintaining that grief. Number three, seek grief counseling if needed. Me personally, I never went through grief counseling, but I really do think it probably would have been beneficial. I just really kind of like got into myself, got into my journal, felt my feelings, and prayed my way through it. But sometimes for some people that may not be enough. I don't even know if that was really enough for me, to be honest with you. But I think I was too lethargic and I was too devastated to seek out anyone. So just know, I'm going to list down below a place. It's Psychology Today, for you to deal. They have grief counselors and people who specialize in those things if you need to find a therapist in your area, because you don't have to go through this alone. Okay, next, pray and rest. You're going to be really tired, like emotionally drained, all of that. Rest. You cannot spell restoration without rest. And I need you to know how important it is for you to be able to get back into the world. Because the world keeps going. Although you have this loss, the world keeps going. But you have to find a way to seek rest. Okay? And also prayer. Next point, cry. I'm going to tell you this, so I still cry. I still cry over all of them. I still cry over my dog. I still cry. Cry when you need to. And if you need to excuse yourself, I have been at work, y'all, and I've had to excuse myself to cry. It is what it is. You got to get it out. And the good thing is God says we never cry the same tears twice. Next point, avoid the subject with unsupportive people. This is crucial. This is the thing, and only people who have experienced deep grief and loss can understand what I'm about to say. There is a time when everyone's around you, everyone's there, you got the funeral, you got the repast, you got the memorial service, however you honored your loved one. And then it comes time to get back to work. Work only give you like 3 days. Half of that is more than that is made for planning. You spend a lot of time planning and getting the estate and things in order. The time that they don't give you from work. I was so grateful that my father passed away when school let out for the summer. So I had a break, a natural break. So with that being said, I feel like I grieved him a little bit more healthy than I did my mother, but because my mother passed in January, so things were still kind of in full swing. But I want to say this: avoid talking to people who don't support you, because once that repast and all that stuff is over, people go back to their lives. They like, oh yeah, and they completely forget that you have lost someone so important to your life because they haven't lost that person. And they don't have the same feeling. That's why only someone who knows what it's like to lose a mother knows this type of hurt. Only the person who knows what it's like to not have any of your parents. Only someone who has lost a sibling, lost a spouse, lost a pet. No one knows that feeling but someone else who really has been there. Okay? And they find it like, oh, they still using that as an excuse and this and this. It can be debilitating. It can stop you in your tracks and take your breath away. I need somebody to holler an amen and give me a thumbs up on this video, because only the ones who know. Okay? And I've been there many a time or two. All right. So talking about it with unsupportive people was not good. I put on, okay, yes. All right. I gotta go. And I wouldn't necessarily tell you I'm about to have a breakdown cry fest, but avoid the subject, avoid the subject. And I wouldn't even tell nobody why you taking off and all that kind of stuff. You using a sick day, mental health day, whatever. It ain't none of their business. But it's a way that you're able to honor your loved ones and honor yourself on how you're going to feel that day. Because it varies. My mother was gone for 5 years. I remember, y'all, my mother was gone for 5 years. And I remember driving to work boo-hooing. But the second and third year and fourth year, I wasn't like that. Boo-hooing like it just happened, because that's how it hits you. Grief is tricky. Next. Take PTO around the dates, or take it easy at overachieving at work. I already kind of talked about that. Next point, allow yourself to feel. I talked about that too. When my father passed away, I can freely talk about it now because it is in my rearview mirror. But when my father first passed away, like I said, it was in summertime. I was off from work, and I remember every night around 7, my stomach would go crazy. I would have these sharp pains. They would be similar to, I guess, to hunger pains. I don't know if you've ever experienced hunger pains. They were like a sharp stabbing pain in my stomach, and I would just start wailing every night around 7 o'clock. This happened for probably 5 months. So 5 months after my father passed, I was crying and I had this stomach pain every night. And you have to feel that because I got over it. Not even really get over. I learned how to cope with it. You understand what I'm saying? Next, have something to look forward to. And this was something that, this is actually a life lesson that I learned from my father, is that always have something to look forward to. Always have something you're working on that you're excited about, because it really brings you joy. And you know, when you lose someone, it really takes away a lot of the joy in your life. So do something, have something to look forward to. That is very important for you to live the life that you have. Sometimes you're dealing with survivor's guilt and you feel like you shouldn't be here either. If you feel that way, text 988 or call 988 if you're feeling kind of, depleted and feeling not safe. Text that, I'll link that down below. But it really will make you feel like, you gotta have something to look forward to, because you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving, okay? Next, donate to a cause or charity that you feel like they would be proud of you to donate to or to be a part of, okay? Last but not least, accepting that you have to create a new normal or routine to survive. This is for survival. I started the annual Sisters Gift Exchange with my sisters, monumenting the first Christmas without my parents, both of them. Okay, so after my father passed, I started doing this, and now we have the second annual, third annual. So it's been something that I created to keep me from losing it. And I am a mental health professional. And with being a mental health professional, I have to be able to compartmentalize and put my feelings to the side. And that is very difficult to do when you're in a grieving process. So, like I said, I prayed, rested, and felt my way through that grief. But if you're a mental health professional, and I urge you to seek out another mental health professional if you need help, because we can be very beneficial to one another. But like I said, I created this new standard, this new normal around holidays, because that's the time when I would feel the most sad. And my sisters benefit from this. And it's something that, and it incorporates everything that, is bounded in a new tradition. It's food, it's fellowship, it's gift giving, it's love, it's all the things, it's laughter, it's jokes, it's Christmas it's the Supremes Christmas playing in the background, it's the Temptations, it's chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That was my father's favorite Christmas song by Nat King Cole. But I say all that to say, hang in there. I know it's hard. I have been there, I'm still there, and I maintain my grief by doing these things. And this is something that I have incorporated into my life, in addition to romanticizing the basic life that I have, because our lives are not basic. We get really kind of run down by the mundane, but the mundane brings safety. Because I do anything just to hear my mother say, hey, before you come over here, stop by 7-Eleven and give me a Dr. Pepper and a bit of honey. It's the little things. Cherish them. I love my parents and I miss them daily. And I want to thank them publicly for just pouring into me and being the best they could be for me to be the best that I can be. So I hope this has inspired you. I hope this message finds you blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at TheShayL, where I'll post whatever feels good to my soul. And remember, ain't nobody better than you, and you deserve the best out of life. Love y'all.